I was standing in the kitchen, my hands trembling slightly as I stirred the pot. My eyesight wasn't as sharp as it used to be, and my knees hurt from standing too long. But I tried my best. I always tried. Just then I heard her voice, sharp, irritated, and loud enough to shake the walls. "Where are you, Incompetent? The food isn't ready. We have guests coming." My daughter Clara. She wasn't always like this. Once upon a time, she used to hug me, bring me flowers from the garden, and promise she'd take care of me when I grew old. But now that time had come, and she had changed. I turned around slowly. "Sweetheart, I'm almost—" She cut me off. "Almost? They'll be here in 20 minutes. Can't you do anything right?" I swallowed my words. What could I say? I lived in her house now, dependent on her after my health declined. I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to be a burden. But Clara had no idea that someone else was listening, someone she wasn't expecting. A knock came from the front door. Clara groaned. "Great, they're early." But when she opened the door, her face drained of color, because standing there was the last person she wanted to see, her older brother Daniel, the son she had pushed away for years. And he wasn't smiling. Clara froze. Her hand still on the doorknob trembled as she stared at Daniel. He stepped inside without waiting for an invitation. "Mom, are you all right?" he asked, his eyes scanning my face, then moving to the half-cooked food in the cluttered kitchen. Before I could answer, Clara snapped, "Why are you here? I didn't call you." Daniel ignored her. He walked straight to me and gently held my arm. "You're shaking," he whispered. Clara scoffed. "She always shakes. She's old. What do you expect?" His jaw tightened. I lowered my gaze, ashamed. Not for myself, but for the daughter I had raised with love and sacrifices she seemed to have forgotten. Daniel's voice grew firm. "Mom, did she shout at you again?" I tried to step back, but Clara cut in quickly. "Oh, please, don't start your drama. She lives here for free. The least she can do is cook." Daniel's eyes flared. "Free?" he repeated slowly. "Is that what you told her?" Clara's face stiffened. I felt my heart thump painfully. There was something I didn't know, something hidden beneath her anger. Daniel turned to me, his voice softened. "Mom, you didn't tell her, did you?" My lips parted. "Tell her—" "What?" Clara looked confused now. "Tell me what?" Daniel reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded document. He placed it on the kitchen table. Clara's face drained of color as she read the first line, because she realized the house she claimed I lived in for free didn't actually belong to her. It belonged to me, and she had no idea. Clara's eyes widened as she stared at the document on the table. Her lips parted, but no words came out. Daniel folded his arms. "Maybe you should tell Mom what you've been doing with her house." My heart sank. "Daniel, what is this?" I whispered. He placed a gentle hand on my shoulder. "Mom, this house. Dad put it entirely in your name before he passed away." My breath caught. Clara instantly snapped. "That's not true." Daniel ignored her. He opened the document and pointed to the signature. My late husband's name, my name, and right under it, clear as day, full ownership, me. Tears blurred my eyes. Clara stepped forward, her voice shaking with anger. "Why didn't you tell me this?" she hissed at me. I blinked in confusion. "Tell you? I didn't even know." Daniel's voice grew cold. "Exactly. Because Clara hid every letter Dad left. She told the lawyer to send everything to her address so she could control you." Clara's face twisted. "That's not true. I only did what was best." Daniel cut her off sharply. "Best for you, not for her." Clara suddenly went silent. Because she knew. She was caught. And what Daniel said next made her knees go weak. "Mom isn't living here for free. You are living in her house." Clara sank into the nearest chair, her face pale, her hands trembling. I stood frozen, the truth hitting me harder than any of her harsh words ever had. My house. All this time, it was mine. Daniel pulled out another paper from his folder and placed it in front of her. "Mom, this is the letter Dad wrote for you. Clara hid it." My heart twisted as I unfolded the old envelope. The familiar handwriting. My husband's final words. Words I never got to read because my daughter kept them from me. Tears spilled down my cheeks. Clara stood suddenly, voice shaking. Okay, fine. I hid the papers. But what was I supposed to do? I take care of her. I pay the bills. I buy the groceries. Daniel snapped back instantly. No, you don't. The bank statements show Mom's pension covers most of the expenses. You've been using her money, not yours. Her mouth fell open. Caught again. She tried to speak but only managed. I didn't mean... Daniel stepped closer, his voice icy. You didn't mean to shout at her every day? Didn't mean to treat her like a burden? Didn't mean to make her think she owed you her own house? Clara's eyes filled with tears, not of guilt, but of fear. Because she finally realized something. Daniel wasn't just here to talk. He was here to take me with him. He turned to me softly. Mom, pack your things. You're coming home with me. Clara gasped. No, she can't. I need her. Daniel glared. You need her to cook and clean for you. But she's not your servant. Clara grabbed my arm desperately. Mom, please don't go. Please, I'll change. My heart broke again. Because despite everything, she was still my daughter. But before I could speak, Daniel said something that stunned us both. Mom isn't the only one leaving. This house might not be yours to stay in either. Clara stared at Daniel, shaking her head in disbelief. What do you mean, I can't stay here? She whispered. Daniel pulled out the final document. Dad didn't just give the house to Mom, he said calmly. He added a clause, that if anyone mistreats her, they lose all rights to live here. Clara's face turned white. I covered my mouth with trembling hands. Daniel continued. Mom decides who stays, not you. Silence spread across the room. Clara looked at me, her eyes full of panic, fear, and something she hadn't shown in years. Regret. She fell to her knees. Mom, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Please don't make me leave, please. My heart twisted painfully. A mother's heart never stops loving, even when it's been broken. I gently touched her hair. I forgive you, I whispered. But things can't stay the same. Daniel helped me stand. Mom comes with me tonight, he said firmly. You can prove yourself later. Clara nodded weakly, wiping her tears. I walked toward the door with Daniel, my heart heavy, but also free. As I stepped outside, he whispered, You're safe now, Mom, I promise. And for the first time in a long time, I believed him. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe. More emotional stories are coming soon.